Before this video begins, I just want to make a comment about why there was no LET video last week. So week 4 basically got extended to a 2-week period. We added in a bye week in the middle of the season. We originally only had 1 bye week planned, but we ended up putting in 2. Reason being is because a lot of people were actually having quite a few issues with the land play during week 4, so we gave an extra week so people could try to sort that out and get their games knocked out as best as they could. So, we move on to week 5 now. Apologies again there was no video last week, but nothing I can do when I played my game during what was originally actually week 4, and then we got an extra week, so guess I just got a week off to relax and get my head back in the game, try to straighten my team around. What's up guys, Ruppy here bringing you my Week 5 battle for the League of Extraordinary Trainers as my Columbus Swoo look to take our 2-2 record and try to improve it as we clash with the also 2-2 Virginia Victinis coached by Mike. Mike and I have a bit of a history. All the way back in Season 3 of the LET, he completely crushed me in the regular season. After some transactions, I bounced back and met him in finals, where we had arguably one of the best games in LET history. I did fall in that game, and my hunt for a championship has continued ever since. I've actually since gained a second championship, thanks to Mount Silver, but let's go ahead and get this battle started and see how things are going to play out. I will be upfront with you guys, this is probably going to be a bit messy just because my team does not match up well with his. So, he has Charizard, which is his G-Max, that is no surprise to me. Torkoal, he brought Sun. Indeedee, that looks like the female one. Escavalier. Hitmonlee. And Seismitoad. So the thing I noticed right out of the gate, he didn't bring Venusaur, since he has Torkoal and Venusaur for Sun, so he's most likely probably just relying on Solar Power Zard. Indeedee and Hitmonlee means he's probably going to look to sweep me with Unburdened Hitmonlee, which would be of no surprise to me. I was worried more about his Sun Core, but then again, my team does not match up well with his anyway. I'm going to lead with Diva, actually. Call me a bit crazy here. But Diva is Scarfed, and I'm going to look to see if I can somehow get some sort of early advantage. I'm trying to blitz him offensively, because that's really my only hope. One thing I will say as we head into this game, I did make some transactions. They do not go into effect till next week. So, I have been struggling with this roster, because one thing I've learned about Gen 8 is it is a lot more offensively inclined than I would have liked, as he's going to lead with Seismitoad, so that's actually not bad for me right out of the gate, if you want me to be honest. Because I could very easily just pick this thing off with a Bullet Seed right here, right now. Something tells me he's not staying in, though. So what I might do instead, I'm kind of thinking if I should U-turn out, or yeah, I'm going to U-turn out. Because I have a feeling he is not staying. Yep, he's not staying. He's going to Escavalier. Yep, I figured as much. I was contemplating Tail Slap, but it wouldn't be doing anything to this thing anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and get Diva right on out of here. And I'm going to Thermidor to try to pressure him. So, I will go over the moves I made next week once they actually go into effect. This is Escavalier reveals leftovers. And that is good information to have. I have a feeling he's probably going to go... I'm just going to overheat. I have a feeling he's probably going to go back into Seismitoad. I would not be surprised, in all honesty. Yep, there we are. So, back into Toad. But this will hopefully still do a decent chunk. Wear it down a little bit at least, if nothing else. And there's 2 sets of leftovers. So those are the 2 max. Torkoal's probably Heat Rock, if you want me to be honest. I'm gonna go into Pristine, actually. This is Frosmoth's debut, and it is also the only time you're ever going to see it, because Frosmoth is among the moves I did make, unfortunately. I wanted to do more with it, but it was my last pick for a reason. It doubled up on too many types. It was really to kind of patch up a special attacking hole somewhat. But I'm gonna go ahead and set up a Tailwind, actually, because that's the main reason I brought this thing. Tailwind Frosmoth. It sounds crazy, especially considering Frosmoth is wrecked by a good chunk of his team, but I figured, why not at this point? As he's just gonna Toxic me. And he misses. Ooh, I am sorry about that, Mike. I don't know how much is going to matter in the long run, because I'm honestly not expecting Frosmoth to live for too terribly long. I am going to try to catch him with a Giga Drain, though, and I am going to do just that. And farewell, Seismitoad. Okay, so once I get Rotom back in default, because both Rotom and Frosmoth are packing boots, I'm kind of realizing I didn't bring Hydreigon now. He has Hydreigon on his roster, and I was actually kind of terrified of Hydreigon. Here comes Torkoal, which is of no surprise. There's the Sun. You are I am 100% certain you are Heat Rock at this point. How many turns of Tailwind do I still have? I still have 2, so I'll have 1 more after this. Granted, it's not really doing much in this particular scenario. I'm just going to go into Thermidor. With Seismitoad gone, Thermidor's matchup just became 1,000 times easier. So I want to see how he wants to play this. He's going to Lava Plume, which is fine with me. I'm just going to go ahead and defog to get these rocks out of here. And they will be gone for the rest of the game. I didn't bring my own rocks, just because I figure his Zard is probably running heavy-duty boots anyway. I mean, Torkoal can spin him away, and so can Hitmonlee, but if Zard is most likely boots, if you want me to be honest. I would not be surprised if that is the case. So I'm just kind of waiting on him at this point. My plan is pretty clear. I'm just going to get these rocks right on out of here. And what is his Torkoal doing? It is going to Lava Plume again, which is fair enough. Okay. So with the Sun up, Overheat would do a pretty nice chunk, honestly. Not that much of a difference between us. I'm going to go ahead and Overheat regardless, just because of the boost in the Sun. Torkoal does not have the greatest of special defenses. That actually did over half, which is kind of surprising. He brought 2 rockers. That's actually kind of clever. I'm going to go ahead and defog these away. At this point, I think more than anything else, I'm just burning Sun turns. So Rotom is -2, so I'm not hitting this thing as hard, because he just goes for a Lava Plume. I want to play this. I'm going to Volt Switch out, actually. Get more damage off on this thing. I've got an idea for what I want to do. The question is, do I really want to do it at this point? Sun I should be able to take. I'm going to go into Master Org. So I know there's this, thing going around that if you Dynamax first, you lose. But I kind of want to test the waters here. I'm going to go ahead and set up a bulk up. Because I think if I get 1 or 2 bulk ups on Grimmsnarl, I may actually be able to tear a giant hole in his team at this point. This was a haphazard prep on my part. I will be upfront with that, because I was not expecting to... I was expecting to get the floor mop with me. But so far, I've kind of been holding my own. Alright, how do you want to play this, Torkoal? You are going to Lava Plume. Sun boosted. That did a lot more than... Oh, it's a crit. And I get... Okay! So that's a thing that happened. That's wonderful. Okay. That was not at all how I wanted this to go. I'm just going to G-Max at this point. Because, unfortunately, Master Org has kind of become a bit useless to me with that crit burn. Ugh. That definitely more than makes up for the Toxic Mist from earlier, I will say that much. So, I'm curious if he's just basically sacking Torkoal off at this point. Or what he wants to do here. That crit burn just made Master Org useless, which really sucks. So I really I mean, he's gonna switch into Escavalier, which is probably gonna be able to take this 1,000 times better now because of the burn. I did go for G-Max Snooze, so... I mean, I have Fire Punch from this thing, so I can just Max Flare and kill it with my next move. Since I do have +1 defense, I should be able to take an Iron Head. I brought Tebia Berry as opposed to the Babiri Berry I've been running constantly, just because I was more afraid of Venusaur. So, if Cavalier grows Drowsy, there is its leftovers. I am half expecting it to just Iron Head me here, but I think I can take that with the +1 defense boost from Bulk Up. That's the one good thing Bulk Up still gives me. I may have been neutered despite having +1 attack by the burn, but the +1 defense with the Gigantamax still definitely helps out quite a bit. So I should be able to take, I'm presuming, he's withdrawing. He goes straight into Charizard. Interesting play. I mean, granted, he does take that very well. There goes the Sun. But his own G-Max is probably coming at this point. I'm just gonna go for G-Max Snooze with my last, He's playing this very cleverly. He's gonna sack Torkoal to get his Sun back up. Fair enough. Fair enough. And it also stalls out my G-Max. That actually does not kill because of the burn. Oy vey. I'm just gonna go for Darkest Lariat anyway. I did get some chip off on Zard, which should hopefully prove helpful. Well, Rotom-H was kind of my answer to this thing. Was kind of my answer to it, but it's kind of been beaten up dealing with Torkoal and trying to get rid of rocks. Torkoal is gone, but I have a feeling that Zard is about to come out and completely ruin my day. If I were to hazard a guess. I mean, he's got his Sun back. It's definitely going to last for 8 turns, so that Torkoal had a Heat Rock. I hate that I'm kind of wasting Master Org here, but that burn just effectively crippled it. There's not a whole lot I can really do in this scenario anyway. I did not bring any sort of Cleric. Here comes Charizard. I'm kind of regretting not bringing Sucker Punch now. I'm just going to go for Darkest Lariat. Even though I know I'm toast. Cue the Gigantamax. Yep, I called that. So here comes Lizardon. The Galar. I do like that Mike, because I guess this is a little-known feature in Sword and Shield. If you add ribbons to your mons, you can actually give them, like, extra extensions to their names. So there is that. And he's just going to go for Max Airstream, which does not surprise me in the slightest. Farewell, Master Org. And now I am in a horrendous spot. Yep, Solar Power. Okay, so let me see one thing real quick. Yeah, that is doing way too much. There may be one saving grace here. Yeah, I know my course of action. I'm going into Diva, because Diva is Scarfed and max speed. So, he has lost enough HP that I should be free to Rock Blast, and I can take this thing out even in Gigantamax form. We're going to see if he... Well, his sun is gone, so if he gives up his remaining turns of Gigantamax, I can definitely have an easier time dealing with this thing later. I definitely kill it with a Rock Blast from this point. And I outspeed it because I'm Scarfed. This is the main reason I brought Scarfed Cinccino to this game. Specifically for this reason. Secondary was having a potential answer to deal with Scarf Hydreigon if he brought that. This is 2 weeks in a row. Well, there's 2 games this week if you consider... Actually, I'm going to hold off on that. But, farewell, Charizard. Mike's Charizard actually leads the league in kills as well, so... Only allowing it 1 kill and getting it out of here was phenomenal. That makes my job a little less stressful. The problem is, I still have another problem waiting in the wings, and its name is most likely Unburdened Hitmonlee. Hello, Indeedee. Cue the Psychic Terrain. So I am locked into Rock Blast right now. I do have one hope. I just need to be able to go into it. I think my play at this point is to go into my mascot, my Swoobat. I am probably about to take a tremendous hit from this Indeedee, depending on what it is. But I kind of feel like I need to sack something off here. He's going to go ahead and Psychic with the rocks. Swoobat. My mascot is going to live. He is Life Orb. Okay. And it does pop my Slack Berry. Does not help with my actual plan, but... I'm just going to Air Slash at this point. There is really no point in me. I would have loved to be able to sub on this thing, get a few Calm Minds up. If my Slack Berry was popped, I definitely could have probably had a better job of dealing with, well, maybe not, but... Yeah. I was iffy on bringing my mascot as it is, but to be fair, this and Frosmoth were kind of, they kind of felt like situational brings anyway. So, there goes my Swoobat. So my real question at this point is, how do I want to play this? And I think I may actually have an idea. Since I know what he's going to probably try to pull. I'm going to go into Pristine. I do have Boots, so I'm not afraid of rocks. And I do have Ice Scale, so I can definitely take a Fire move if he wants to run. I'm going to set up a Tailwind. Tailwind will outlast. I think by one turn, it'll outlast his Psychic Tarantus point. So if I pick this Indeedee off and he goes into Hitmonlee, if it is Psychic Seed, and I'm almost positive it is at this point, I see no reason why it wouldn't be. I definitely should be able to potentially still salvage this. I would also not put it past him to just switch to Escavalier right now to preserve Indeedee to set up terrain one more time. So Tailwind is up. He's going to Mystical Fire, which I am not going to live. Huh. I actually had myself living that. Hang on a sec. He is, well, even Modest. I didn't have any prior damage off. Huh. Interesting. Regardless. I'm gonna go to Cryogenic here. And I'm just going to... Do I want a straight-up Dragon Claw? I'm going to straight-up Dragon Claw. I wouldn't be surprised if he switches here. I probably made this play a little aggressively, but I'm kind of not putting it past him to just go into Escavalier anyway, which Kyurem can't touch, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Yep. Okay, so that didn't do too bad. There goes the sun. My Tailwind is definitely going... Yeah, he's definitely got this one. There is no two ways about that at this point. I'm going to go into Thermidor. This Escavalier is probably just going to completely bot me. But at this point, I mean, I think I can take a hit from it. He's going to close combat. So never mind on that. Yep, he's definitely won. I have nothing that can touch this Escavalier. Even if I did... There is the ordeal of dealing with. Yeah, this game's a lost cause. I had a feeling as such from the very beginning, just because his team my team is not equipped to deal with this. It is way too defensive, and all of his offensive options pretty much tear giant holes in my defensive mons anyway. So, I'm just going to hit this thing with a Rock Slide at this point. Definitely drop to a close combat. Maybe Kyurem will take it out, but... Nope, he's just going to go into Indeedee now. He's preserving Differential. Well, not really, just because he's probably still going to lose this Indeedee right now. But Hitmonlee comes in afterwards... and just basically straight up destroys me. Because Unburden will activate. Unless he's not fully invested in speed for some reason. There goes my Tailwind. That was my last hope. Well, even still, I'm locked into Rock Blast right now anyway. There's the Psychic Seed. I'm just gonna hit Rock Blast. Tail Slap could kill this thing, but if he's max speed, he outspeeds me even if he's adamant. So I'm pretty sure this game's a foregone conclusion. I mean, losing 2-0 at least isn't that bad. Being 2-3 sucks, but hopefully with the moves I made, that'll take effect next week. I am just praying at this point it turns the season around. Kinda hate the fact that I like my IBL roster a lot better than I do my LET roster. Yep, he outspeeds, there's the close combat, and this is ball game. Good game, Mike. I was expecting to get thrashed. Losing 2-0 is honestly surprising to me, because I feel I prepped horribly, and I mean, I played as well as I could, but your roster just destroyed mine from the beginning. No amount of prep. 48 hours of prep for this game, just about. And I couldn't figure out anything to somehow salvage this, so I just threw something together. So, there is that. Good game, Mike. You, despite the 2-0 score, you thrashed me as I expected you to. And now my Swoo are left licking their wounds and trying to regroup once again. So that is going to do it for this. Thank you so very much for watching. I have been Ruppy, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys.